I think when we talk about what makes people most nervous, most fearful in discerning God's call for their life and seeking to discover their vocation, a lot of times we focus on employment. We focus on whether pursuing that sense of call is actually going to turn into anything concrete. That can get into some of the family dynamics at play, whether parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, other loved ones are actually sold on what it is you feel called to do. There can be real pressures there. I think a lot of our students find those pressures. They find themselves immersed in conversations that reveal more of a pushback than they anticipated. But I think more often than not, one of the greatest fears and one of the greatest stumbling blocks to people discerning God's call for their life is actually their sort of static sense of vocation. By that I mean the presumption that there's only one thing that God could have called you to do in this life, that it's fixed, that it doesn't change, and that we're left to discern it sort of like a blindfolded person in a dark room trying to hit the bullseye. And we can keep throwing darts, and maybe we'll hit it at some point, and maybe we won't. There's a great fear in that, especially for a lot of people of faith who are trying to find God's call in their life. They feel like they're searching in the dark, and there's this very real anxiety that they'll never find it. But what if vocation was more of a dynamic thing? What if our God, who created us in his image and likeness, the image and likeness of a God whose love is Trinitarian, that's constantly sharing in relationship, what if that God created us in a dynamic way, in a way that allows our vocation to be something that's discerned over the course of our life, that takes not only all of our gifts and talents, but all of the decisions we make in this life, everything good that we offer, and also everything that's less than ideal, that's in the process of being redeemed. If we conceive of vocation in that way, I think we get away from some of that static notion, some of that immovable sense of vocation that can hang us up, that can make us fearful of ever choosing to move forward. If we can move beyond that anxiety, I think we really do find that God's call for our lives is something that we live into. It's something that we discover day by day in our walk with the Lord.